So this is from the kind of person that would come to me on my channel, when I like the Steam videos, right? People being banned from Steam by moderators for stupid reasons, not understanding why that's such a dangerous thing, or gaming companies or whoever else doing the same thing, banning you from forums or blocking you or preventing you from speaking out or giving your opinion. These are the same people who come in and say, "Why does it matter, John? Why does it matter?" And they are flipping their shit because of the Gulf of America. So, for people who aren't paying attention in school, we are the United States of America. There's North America, there's Central or Latin America, and then there's South America. The Gulf of Mexico doesn't belong to Mexico, and it borders many, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida. It doesn't belong to Mexico. If anything, it should be called the Gulf of the Americas, even though it's just North and Central America. It's still the Gulf of the Americas. But these people are so uppity about this. The same people who went around wasting tax dollars to change street names because, oh no, Thomas Jefferson Drive, Thomas Jefferson owned slaves. Oh God. Who are tearing down 150-year-old monuments, going around changing names of freaking buildings because, George Washington problematic. These are the same people complaining about Gulf of America. Is the Gulf going to feel any different? Is it going to look any different? When you go there, is it going to be red, white, and blue? No, it's still the Gulf. It's just the Gulf of America now, or I would rather say Gulf of the Americas, rather than Gulf of Mexico. But former DC Comics creator Jim Palmiotti gets blowback for saying history will not be kind and you've been conned to Trump supporters. These people with freaking severe TDS, just constantly exposing themselves, when these people just been told that, well, then again, this is the stuff they support, like transgender comic books in fucking Peru or whatever, Colombia or whatever the hell it was. Oh yeah, hundreds of millions of dollars for that crap. Actually, no, I think it was like $50,000. But we have this whole laundry list of things that our money was going to for no trans shows, or drag shows and trans storybooks and what? And they want to say that Trump's supporters have been conned. Former DC Comics creator Jimmy Palmiotti mostly keeps his feet away from politics as he talks about comic books and generally is more friendly than most leftist creators in the space. But every once in a while, he pushes the button on regrettable posts. As today, he says, history will not be kind to supporters of Donald Trump over the change of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Again, the same people who wasted tax dollars changing street names and tearing down monuments and changing the name of schools and other buildings just because, oh no, they had names of problematic people. The same people. He's best known for his work on Harley Quinn and the All-Star Western at DC Comics during the New 52 era. As an independent creator, he's been a fan favorite and been a little less extreme about disassociating with people than most of the mainstream comic book industry. He's notably been friendly with Eric July and appeared on JDA Talks Comics, the JDA Talks Comics channel, for an interview for one of his projects. However, he sometimes vents his frustration online and attacks supporters of Donald Trump. Like much of the mainstream, stunning and brave. This week, he took exception to President Trump renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has been widely accepted and even changed on Google Maps. It has been, although just for America. I think Gulf of Mexico still shows Gulf of Mexico. In every other part of the world, it'll show Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, and then Gulf of Mexico shows both names. Unlike street names or monuments or things that are physically able to be seen, it's not like you go to the Gulf of Mexico and sprawled out through the water is the words Gulf of Mexico. Changing the name so the way it appears on a map has no impact on you whatsoever, as opposed to, say, tearing down historical monuments, changing street names just because, oh no, the person was a racist or slave owner. It has no bearing on your life at all. The same people were like, what does it matter, John? How does changing the Gulf, does the Gulf belong to Mexico? No, it doesn't. Again, is there a large sign or words written in the water saying Gulf of Mexico? No, there's not. Is it going to affect the water temperature or the flow of the water? Or is it going to, no, it's not. But nope, they're mad that it's only something that's only going to be really appearing on maps, because I guarantee you these people are still going to refer to it as the Gulf of Mexico anyway. So a change that's just pretty much going to be on maps, and they're freaking out about it. As opposed to them, who are just changing buildings and street signs, and again, tearing down monuments. This has no bearing on their life. It's going to be on maps. Much like the mainstream media industry, this week he took no exception. President Trump, Gulf of America, which has been widely accepted and changed on Google Maps, maps to update to the current nomenclature. It will never be the Gulf of America. It will be a reveal when someone seriously calls it that. People have been calling it that already. So once again, history will not be kind. Even those that voted for him are embarrassed by him daily. Are you sure? Because I've seen a lot of that whole, people with voters remorse, but no, he's just gotten more popular. And even CNN and all their wisdom have shown that he's higher than he's ever been. And across polls done by mainstream media, like left-wing mainstream media sites and outlets, and they've shown that he is more popular now than before. So I don't know where these people are getting this idea that, people are like, oh my God, he's embarrassed. No one is embarrassed by this guy right now. He the fact that he comes in and he's like, oh yeah, all right, we're gonna raise the tariffs. If you don't want to help us with the border, we're gonna raise tariffs. And then suddenly within the same day of them saying, oh, we're never going to bend the knee to this guy, within the same day of him raising the tariffs, they're like, okay, Mr. Trump, we'll work with you. No one is embarrassed by him right now. No one, except for the people like this guy with severe TDS. Disagree, his one true goal is power. You've been conned. Not like the Democrats, who are 100%, just truthful. Because they haven't been spending our taxpayer dollars on anything stupid, like transgender comics. In a follow-up comment, he elaborated, those that love the man, it's my opinion. You don't have to lose your mind. Other people see things differently. It's okay. We both like a lot of other things. We don't agree here. Not the end of the world. Relax, I'm not coming to your page to freak out. But you're insisting on saying things that are fucking stupid. Like, actually, hang on. Let me bring up the full list of what the Democrats have been wasting our fucking tax dollars on. Okay, so some of these I think are just kind of stupid and thrown in. Kind of like this one, 2.3 million to teach clowns how to fold blooms into animals. But you have stuff like this, 20 million for Sesame Street in Iraq, 56 million to boost tourism in these countries, fund tourism in Egypt, to build schools in Jordan, stuff like that. 15 million condoms for the Taliban. And this one I heard people talking about 50 million earmarked for condoms for Gaza. 70,000 for production for a DEI musical in Ireland. About 50,000 for transgender opera in Colombia. 32,000 for transgender comic in Peru. Like, some of these are legit. Some of them I think are just kind of thrown in there to be stupid, like the fucking clown one. But these are the people saying, you know, how evil one side is, but this is what your tax dollars are going to. Like Sesame Street in fucking Iraq? Really? So the person wants to say, oh, you've been conned. This seems like a pretty big con to me. Like, why are you worrying about freaking $50,000 for transgender operas in Colombia? How does that benefit anyone's life? It doesn't. Or almost 35,000 for transgender comic books in Peru. But yeah, Trump supporters are the ones who have been conned. Okay. While the clarification is nice that he's just voicing an opinion that is allowed via free speech, of course it is. The poor phrasing of history will not be kind does appear to be an attack on the supporters and not Trump himself. You've been conned is very easy to take as a personal slight, which is why he received the blowback on the post. Upon looking at the direct comments, he doesn't seem to have any criticizing his stance, but he turned off replies on the post along with a plea to allow him to have his, and you're entitled to your opinion. That's a great thing. That's the great thing. But these people constantly come out and want to attack Trump supporters when, again, some of these, again, might be fucking stupid and just added on here, but these are stuff that's been proven to be our money is going to. And yet you want to say that we're the ones who have been conned? Okay. Comic fan, actually, we'll just... you've been conned at a time where billions of dollars of government waste, fraud, and abuse is being found. This motherfucker has the audacity to tell you Trump has conned you. 0 tweets about government waste. Like, these people, their hatred of Donald Trump is so immense that every time something's been said about this man, it's been disproven. Whether it be, oh my God, he mocked this person, or he said all these people are this and that, and oh, the fine people. I even went over the fine people the last time. I played the full context. He doesn't say there was fine people. He says that there were people who wanted to basically, you know, protest, you know, peacefully protest, and then he says that there were fine people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists because they should be condemned totally. He says those words, and yet the media never show that. Instead, just they kept, oh my God, Donald Trump said that the neo-Nazis and white nationalists were fine people. He never said that, and yet the fucking people like this ass clown bought into it. Like, oh my God. And then even at the last, you know, the debate before the election, even Biden was still going on and trying to make it seem like Trump had said that. He never did. Watching the clip in full context shows you he didn't. These people's derangement syndrome of this man is incredible. But will not be kind. Okay. Okay, well, again, this person saying that people are feeling embarrassed. I don't see any person embarrassed apart from people on Twitter. Because on Twitter, there's no way of knowing if a person's Republican or a Democrat. So you could say, oh, as a former Republican, I'm seriously embarrassed by this administration. Yeah, there's no way of proving it. So the people who actually support him are supporting him. CNN and all these other left-wing media outlets have shown in their polls that more people are supporting him now. And this is from CNN and MSNBC and ABC and all these other. So when they do a poll and it shows that he's more popular, maybe these people on Twitter, maybe they're just kind of talking out of their ass. You know, but all of this because people are so mad about the Gulf of America. Again, the same people who went around and changed street names and buildings names and tore down historical monuments are now flipping out because of something that's going to be changed on a map. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.